Ola. Ola Lola. Don't be a Ebola. Two in the morning. Two in the morning and not much to do. Woke up early and covered in poo. Went to bed fairly early last night, but normally I don't wake up quite this early. I do plan at some point to go back to bed. That big dog mofo, I believe so. Good morning, big dog mofo. Let's pull it up on the big screen here. That's kind of a spooky thumbnail. I had my normal array of strange dreams I've been having lately. Like going to this 7-Eleven and a mini mall, and then you find out that the 7-Eleven and everything in the mini mall shut down. Sure, I can, Michael Maine. Hey, to Michael Maine's brother, Gers, first name Nick, I just want to say you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. Strange you and your brother have a different last name, Michael. I presume the C in his first name is pronounced like an S. Nice Geyers. Nice Geyers is his name, right? Oh, okay, fine. So Michael Geyers, I just want to tell you, your brother Nice Geyers should have a wonderful birthday. Your name's pronounced Michael Shit. Okay, good to know. Michael Shit. That's your name. Well, not everybody doesn't. If some people get to be named Shit, that's your name. Your name is Shit, and if I were your parents, I wouldn't have named you Shit, but I would have said maybe let's go with Shad or Shod or Shood, other than Shit. But if your parents thought, hey, it looks like you just put a big turd on the delivery room table here. Gabi Utsex. Gabi Utsex, huh? I don't want to shout out Gabi Utsex. How about you shout out my friend Anita, last name Dick and me. Oh, hi, Acacia. How's it going? Are you still in LA? Did Ruben inform you of my generalized request? All right, I'll say the line. You suck ass. I would not give my teenage self any advice. My teenage self wouldn't have listened to me. Yeah, Anita Dick in me is a real hero around here. So anyway, Acacia, did Ruben tell you about my phone message? Whatever you can get, man. Anything that makes you go fast would be fine. That would be fantastic. Acacia. Even a visit from Uncle Sid wouldn't be unwelcome. Are you still in LA? If you're already on your way up here, then it doesn't make any difference anyway. Or if you decided not to come up, then it also hasn't made any. It doesn't make any difference. Morning, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. You are finishing packing. Are you planning to leave middle of the night? That's a good time to leave. Well, Karma Pep, I think you made the right choice. Karma Pep finally broke down and let his succubus have her way with him. How many do I smoke a day? I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I used to, but I quit. Mm. I was just hitting Nick vape. What the heck, brothers? What the heck, brother? What? How have I been? Been fine. It's Tuesday. No, I'm not depressed. It's Tuesday, and I'll get my new bottle of Adderall on Friday, which is pretty cool. You know, I got a doctor's appointment either Wednesday or Thursday. Oh, it's actually on Friday the 17th. So, 10 in the morning on Friday. Which means that's when I am going to be smoking weed in a minute. Yeah, you got to remember something, noble scrolling traveler. I've been doing this for 10 years. A month ain't nothing. The truth is, I'm not making new mods. I got plenty of mods from back in the day when I had 8,500 subs instead of 16,000. You know. Am I okay? Do you have addictions or anything? I mean, I'm sort of addicted to nicotine, I guess. I quit smoking a couple weeks ago, but I've been hitting this nicotine vape since I quit smoking. I don't like it. It's definitely not equivalent to smoking, but it makes quitting smoking less painful. I smoke weed regularly. I wouldn't call myself addicted to it. You could say that. I don't know who it's supposed to be. It's just a bong I got at the store. We call her Fire Crotch. Right, Noble's Growing Traveler. I'm one of history's slowest growing YouTube channels. However, the about half of that 16K has been in the last 5 months or something. What is the monstrosity? Yeah, Firecrotch. She writes under the pseudonym "I Need a Dick in Me." I need a dick in me. Yeah. Sometimes she'll go by the alias Amanda Hug and Kiss. What else am I addicted to? Well, I got my prescription drugs that come in, once a month. I got any addictions? What do you got? Life's too short for a bunk hit. I agree with you there, but sometimes if I don't pull it all in one, I'll foolishly try to clear it with the second bong rip, but I really should just poke it. You're not wrong, okay? You're not wrong, genuine NPC. I'm beginning to think you're actually a PC, a player character. NPCs usually are more wrong than you. Do I ever go live with other people? Oh, I see. Do I ever go live with other people? I haven't really, but I could, in theory. I'm not opposed to it. No one's name is Huge Ass. As far as no one's tried this name from which is from Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I'd go live with you, sure. If that's the thing, I'm down for whatever, as long as somebody else invites me, like sets it up and invites me. I'm down for whatever. If they're like, I'd like to go live with you sometime, Eric, I'm like, okay, well, that's fine, but I just know that my friend Holden, last name Two Dicks, I just love Holden Two Dicks more than anything. I go live whenever. Yeah, you can send a link. My email address is my name backwards at gmail.com. I wish it were actually that. My name backwards at gmail.com. That'd be a better email address. I'm not super email checky, you know. I can go live anytime. If you got a specific topic, that'd be great. If you don't, I put a community post up saying I'm live with this guy. Well, I do have crumble to put on top of my bong ribs. Sometimes I put it there. Other times, not so much. I should combine these all into one thing. You sprinkle some fatty in your Coke. I'm sprinkling a little fatty in my Coke. Well, good job. Good for you. That is good thinking on your part, Timothy Little. I must say, you seem like a real drug doing expert. Just exactly the same, Timothy Little. It's exactly the same thing. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of some very excellent advice I would apply to anybody should listen to. The best possible use for cocaine is to mix with a line of meth. That way, it doesn't burn so much when you snort it. Which Jedi flip is the best? Hambone can't sleep either. Let's combine these all into one. Your favorite band is the Beatles. Yeah, well, I'm down to have a conversation with you. I mean, obviously, mostly what I do is this. I stream by myself, or sometimes Rachel's here. And the reason I mostly do this is because mostly this is what I want to do. That the Jedi flip, MDMA, and LSD. I've done mescaline and mushrooms. What's that one called? Timothy Little, I would not recommend that. That's some long-lasting meth. All right, all the rest of these go in the trash. Now I've combined them all into one container. A walkabout, mescaline, and mushrooms is called a walkabout. That was a strange trip, I'll tell you. I did a lot of mescaline, which is not a very agreeable drug, you know. Then I decided to do some mushrooms to make the mescaline chill out a little bit. DE, I am familiar with Better Black Communities. Yeah. I'm also familiar with the British Broadcasting Company. And Build Bigger Campgrounds. Another popular organization used to cut your mescaline with ketamine. I wish I had ketamine. I've never done MDMA and mushrooms together. I did mescaline and mushrooms together. Diabetes meds? No, I don't believe in taking any diabetes meds. I'm in Central California. I'm in Central California and near Mariposa. Do I mess with chemicals? I'm no chemist. No, I mean, I like to do drugs, but I don't make them or anything. Good morning, Mike. Namaste, 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 namaste. Om. You did clinical trials for IV ketamine? I just want the snortable kind, you know? All right, cool. That's fine, you know? I don't have my hopes too up. I just thought possible, you know? Someone whose names rhymes with Racacia seems as though she might know where to get some drugs. I'm just saying. She's got that kind of I know how to hook shit up vibe. Blue Baron, good morning to you. Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. Timothy Little, I'm finding your drug stories to lack a little bit of veracity. What watch have I on? It's a Timex. I just got a new Timex. I get these every few years when they break. I get one of these ones that's water resistant. It has Indiglow, so I can see what time it is at night. Well, good for her for getting all the way there. You know, that's what I say. Good effort for getting all the way down there, Cinderella. You should be proud of yourself. Did they work? Did you quit smoking and quit being depressed? That's a horrible joke. Uh, no, I don't replace the batteries. And this last one, it just ran out of batteries. So it didn't really break. All the previous ones, though, even though they say water resistant to 30 meters, if you take a shower with them all the time or never take them off, like I never take them off, and for part of the time I lived in the last like 20 years or whatever, I've lived at a place with bathtubs where I could take a bath. After a couple years, it started getting fog inside the glass here, and so I just had to throw it away and get a new one, you know. They're only like $50. So no. You could say no, you can't. You have to phrase it differently. It would be who? You take bumps off the face of the watch. That's smart. It's quick and easy. What you need is a little bumper, you know? I don't need my watch to last a lifetime. If one of these Timex lasts a few years, it's fine. Well, Shea Langoliers didn't have a great game last night, nor did the meow. You switch to somewhat regimen of mushrooms. I take mushrooms regularly, but I don't know. I haven't tripped that hard. All right, true. Cocaine residue improves the resale value of your watch. See, personally, I'm a believer in these things. If you have any drugs that start with them, to go in them, these things are great. Bumpers, you tilt it like this to open it, go like that, and close it, and then it doesn't have anything in it. But those things are great. I call them bumpers. I don't know what they're called officially. You guys seen those things before? Those things always get caked up. It's a little. Yeah, I'm sure they get a lot more caked up with cocaine than they do with ketamine. I've never had cocaine in one of those. I've always had ketamine in it. They recommend a lemon tech mushroom trip if you get the stomach issues with them. What's lemon tech? Call the snuff tube. Call it a bumper. But yeah, I've never tried to have one with cocaine in it. I don't like cocaine. But it's cool for ketamine, you know? And ketamine doesn't get that gunky. Oh, silly boy. Why are you such a silly boy? Hmm? It's because of your extreme silliness syndrome? Alright, good job, everybody. You did your job. Do I have dick batteries? I don't need batteries for my dick. It plugs directly into the wall. You're not supposed to put batteries in your chicken breading? That's a good point. I agree with your point. I agree with you. You are not supposed to put batteries in your chicken breading. Oh, I don't know how to do that, Timothy Little. I've never made it. Back in the day, when it was easier to get the ingredients, I actually got most of the ingredients, but I never actually even attempted it. So now it's harder to get the ingredients, you know? I guess they have different ingredients probably. Anyway, I don't do that stuff. I haven't done that stuff in a long time. I mean, not that I don't do it, it's that I haven't done it in a long time. I would in theory, you know. I've never made it, dude. I've never made it. I always bought it. I'm just not a chemist, you know. I would say search for how to do that shit with like DuckDuckGo. You won't find any good results anymore on Google. It used to be you could Google how to make it and you get recipes all over the place. I would tell you if I knew, Timothy Little. It is true that I'm an ex-meth user. I haven't used it in a long time. But it's also true that I never made it. Not one time. Oh yeah, alcohol is a drug. Alcohol's, for me, the worst drug, the one drug I can't handle, you know. I can handle just about every other drug. Or maybe they are, show me to you. I don't know. There you go. No, I don't want you to blow yourself up. I would tell you that you should Google it you should search for it on DuckDuckGo. Maybe they'll have results there. Good for you, Timothy Little. You do you. I'm not telling you what to do. You want to cook meth? Cook meth. It's not my business. But accordingly, you're going to have to figure it out yourself because it's not my business. All right, well, that's fine. I want you to feel included. You know, the rest of whom? The rest of the meth addicts? You're better than they are? What's the best advice I ever received? Always cut away from yourself? Timothy Little, will you shut the fuck up already? No, I mean, for me, alcohol made me make poor decisions about how much more alcohol to consume, you know. YouTube gone wild. Spring back, me. It's all our fault, Timothy Little. I told you. Honey, what's the difference between a Ferrari and an erection? Why? I don't know. What is it? Husband. I don't have a Ferrari right now. Okay, well, yeah. So you want to do? You just want to apply some cocaine to your uh, leg acid burns. I don't have any of those things, Timothy Little. I can't get you what I don't have. And that's the truth. Well, good for you, Mike. Looks like you got a customer there in Timothy Little. Well, you could try amputating your legs. That might help. Herbo Day. What's Herbo Day mean? That's a good solution too. That's all in thought. Everybody. Oh, I see. Aribo Day. That's all in thought. Only drug I've ever done since Death Jab is weed and alcohol. Then why do you say your name's Death Jab? You'd think that would refer to shooting something in your veins. I've never shot anything into these veins. These veins are pure. Uh oh. Now you're going to get smooth legs. Smooth, hairless legs. Everybody in the club get titsy. I believe it's tipsy. No, no. The lyric, Timothy Little, is hurt so good. Come on, baby, putting air on my legs. They've got acid burns on some nair, and yeah, it hurts so good. Like that. I don't drink alcohol. I don't blame you for wanting some methamphetamine. Who doesn't want that? Everybody does. But you don't get to have it. Noah Burdette, good morning to you. I don't I don't drink alcohol. Okay, XT. But when I did drink alcohol, my favorite liquor um was wine. My favorite liquor was probably like wild turkey, you know. I accidentally got acid on the bottom of my balls. Long story. Okay. Can someone tell me how I can sleep standing up and not falling down? A bourbon old fashioned was indeed my favorite cocktail. That's a good idea, Timothy Little. What made me stop? I was a drunk. I uh I couldn't I couldn't manage my alcohol very well. Alcohol's a strange drug. Makes you have bad judgment. Made me, anyway, have bad judgment, especially about how much alcohol to drink, you know. It's 3 in the morning, approximately. A little before then. Yeah, well, I cold turkey the cigarettes. Whiskey sours are good too. You're just being offensive now. I didn't cut back, I quit entirely. I had to abstain entirely. Well, I do drink non alcoholic beer, Haley Brown. My favorite of them is actually one called Bitburger Drive. So, yeah, I've got over 10 years with no alcohol. No. The day after Christmas, December 26th, 2023, was 10 years for me. You woke up early just to watch this stream, huh? Wow. I do hit these Nick vapes fairly frequently nowadays that I quit smoking cigarettes, but a lot of the time I just hit it into my mouth. I won't pull it into my lungs. I'm so Sigma. Would you say that I'm the Sigma Giga Chad from Ohio? I'm not sure I believe in that alpha, beta, sigma stuff. Am I the only one awake? Um, well, I mean, I may be addicted to nicotine, but mostly what I was addicted to was cigarettes. Believe me, vaping is not cigarettes. It's not remotely as satisfying. It's not smoking. Rachel's 39. Sure it is. It's not the same. There's nothing like a Marlboro Red, you know. It's not the same. It hits the lungs different, you know. It's also it's not uh it's not a singular activity like smoking is. Well, I don't go outside nearly as much. I'm not in favor of homophobia at all, but I do think that would be a great bumper sticker. Almost use emojis. That's pretty funny. Yes, I have a bong. Yes, I smoke weed. I could go outside. I mean, I do sometimes go outside and hit the vape and pretend like I'm smoking a cigarette. But it's just not the same. Well, I'm assuming the rat poison probably gives it part of that special Marlboro flavor that we all love and enjoy so much. I will go outside. I will go outside and I will hit this vape and pretend like I'm smoking. Even though it's obviously not the same. The other thing that's very different about vaping is when I vape, it's like I'll take a full breath of air and then vape a little bit on top of that when I pull it into my lungs at all. Whereas if I was smoking a cigarette, I'd just be like, I just roll it full into my lungs. It's satisfying, you know. This is not satisfying. This is the opposite of satisfying. You daddy long legs. I was like 16 when I first got a job. I worked at a car dealership filing things. You know what I would say about Jesus? Jesus didn't vape. It's true, and there's a reason Jesus smoked Marlboro Reds instead of vaping. Because he knew he was going to die young, so why not? And he knew that vaping sucked. You worked at Mimi's Cafe when you were 16? I wonder if I went to Mimi's Cafe while you worked there. Did you work at the one in Monrovia? If so, I might very well have eaten it at Mimi's Cafe while you worked there. Some 20 years ago. The Los Feliz one. You know, Los Feliz is Spanish for the feelers, or transliterally, the gropers. It's because the area was known for its population of predatory men who'd go around and groping people. Hence the area became known as Los Feliz. And the gropers was later spun off as a series from Three's Company. Small world, huh? Small world. Alright, Kat. You've had so much eat watch from me today. Already. I wish I would have named you Fussy Pillows. That's basically what you are. You're a big Fussy Pillows. Oh, Stanley. I mean, our short-haired cat Capillo sheds a lot less than Trouble. Trouble sheds a ridiculous amount of hair year-round, all the time. You're a silly goose, Trouble. You know that? Yes, you are. You're among the very silliest of the geese. Beans is a great name for a cat. There's no disputing that. This is my cat Beans. No, I've never become a vegetarian. That's never going to happen. Beans are a fantastic dietary source of L-Dopa, the precursor to dopamine. Beans are, really. I'm hitting this, Nick, babe. Who's Joel's? Hey, boo-boo. No, I'm not going to do that. Doctor Who would wear, obviously. Why would I go outside yelling, cum stains, cum stains? No, I will not be watching Caitlin Clark's Lamau WNBA debut tonight. Genuine NPC says Lamau. What is my favorite vape? Well, the ones I've tried, this one here, it's called Flume. Oh, your dog's name is Stains. I see. Why don't you just name him Splatter then? You have a good morning too, XT. Your dog's name is Kevin. I like that. It's a good name for a dog. Kevin. Who names their dog Kevin? That's a funny name for a dog. Yeah, Bucket, Dumpster would possibly be a good name for your dog. My dog leaves stains. Sorry to hear that. It's from the movie Up. Oh, I've never seen it. Now, since a lot of times you'll say the dog's name first and then come, like, Lacey, come. Then I think it might not be a bad idea to name the dog Hurry Up and. Megatron? Megatron's not a bad name for a dog. I like it. Hey man, can I say squiggles? I sure can. Squiggly squags and the squaggly squigs. You could name it I can't or I'm about to. Ciao, bro, says D. Ciao. Ciao, Bella. Well, I don't remember the last time I watched Back to the Future. Quite a long time ago. I wish my email address were my name backwards at gmail.com. Galvatron too. I think Accutron. Accutron would be a good name for a dog. Where are you from? I'm Italian. I'm from California, America, near Yosemite National Park. For those who aren't familiar with our national parks here in America, which I'm sure most international viewers are not, it is the place, like one of the most famous rock climbing places in the world. It's got Half Dome and El Capitan and other famous rocks for rock climbing. I live near there. I don't rock climb, but you know. Yeah, I've seen your comments, Noah Burdett. Who is my favorite person who watches my stream? Hey, I just want to talk to you because you know who you are. I'm talking to you. That's right. You are my favorite viewer. I am just so enamored of you. The intelligence, the smartness, the cleverness, the just viv, you know, the life as they say. It's you. You are my favorite streamer. And you know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. You put the as in jazz. You put the is-as in pizzazz. You put the ga in ganas. Con ganas. See? It's you. You and me, buddy. So that's how you bullshit and pretend. Pretend like you are super like caring and stuff. I'm so caring. Yeah, well, you know, full mast, full staff, full flag. Yes, Winston's mom, you are forgiven. I'm glad you love my videos, Noah Burdett. I'm so happy about that. Thank you. I don't dislike my videos. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put aside this dumb nicotine vape for a second and grab Rachel's THC vape instead. This is a rare opportunity. Usually, Rachel, wherever Rachel is, she can be found clutching this in her adorable little hand. The fact that she left it here means I have an opportunity to smoke this. Vape pens, I mean, just this one. We have this. In terms of Nick vapes, I've got 3 different ones sitting right there. There's another one somewhere, too. Never happened, Sauce Griggs. I drool frequently at night. I often end up with a wet pillow. I hate it. Do I believe in ghosts? Not really. I'd like to. You know, I love paranormal shit. If I believe in magic, I'd like to. Sort of. You know, I believe we live in a magical world, you know? Like, serendipitous shit happens all the time, but it's because humans generate meaning accordingly, right? It's not, I don't know, sort of. Or not flip it and reverse it. This evening with Ruben has been wonderful. I'm glad. I'm glad. I don't have any such masks. Pretty cat. Thank God. I hate those masks. Thanks, Adam Kier. Yeah, what genuine NPC says, but does that qualify as real magic? Are we just being coy a little bit? I hope you're not comparing me to Bernie Sanders, Doctor Who Would Wear. Um, there's nothing similar about me and Bernie Sanders. Who knows, no, Burdette? Who knows? When I get tired again, I'm ready to go back to bread. I've never read the book Tuesdays with Bernie. Tuesdays with Maury? Maury. Whatever. Alright, maybe we'll see you later, Noah. Don't forget to rock and or roll. Yeah, they might be coming up here soon. You know, it takes Ruben and Acacia some time to motivate from a state of inertia that finds them in one place to a different state of inertia that finds them in another place. That period of state change for them is very volatile. So it could take them an hour, could take them a week, could take them a month. One never knows. Well, that's fine, Acacia. You don't need any excuses. You don't need any excuses at all. Could have been you were just fiddling with your elbow, you know? That's fine too. I was fiddling with my elbow. I was trying to look at it better in the mirror. Took us a while to leave. State change. A period of state change is always a period of volatility. I'm not showing my weenus on stream. You don't have to worry about that. There are studies now that show men experience premenstrual syndrome. Thoughts? Well, we can't possibly experience premenstrual syndrome because we don't menstruate. This is called the weenus? It is not called the weenus. Nobody's ever called the skin of the elbow the weenus. Is that true? That can't possibly be true. Is it? This is called the weenus? Most Def is a pretty good name for a rabbit. Really? That's your weenus? Huh. I did not know that. I had no idea. You learn something new every day. I thought I would grow hair on my palms. My tailbone was never literally a tailbone. Okay. I never had a tail. I have a saggy weenus. Okay. Look down your shirt and spell the word attic. TTIC. Everyone I know who has died watches me when I do what? When I hump my wife. Everyone dead is watching when I hump my wife. The dead are watching me, humping, pumping, and humping, humping till I'm come, and come, dumping, and all over my belly. That was what happens when I'm? That's what the dead do. They just basically watch porn all day long, huh? They just pick couples at random and watch them hump. Basically, the afterlife is just this nonstop fapping party. That'd be interesting. Only God watches you hump your wife. Oh, your son, today's my little bro's birthday. Let me guess, what's his name? He needs a shout out. All right, genuine NPC. You get productive. Maybe I'll get productive as well. Yasin. Yasin a sling. Happy birthday, Yasin. Happy birthday to you. I hope that you're older than 1.2. Wagwan. All right, Wagwan. Winiaxia. I don't know what that means. Whoever invented the door was a genius. I asked my preacher, is do my wife while standing up a sin? He said yes, because it could lead to dancing. Well, thanks, Genuine NPC. I appreciate the A++ great eBayer review. Wagawin ani. I don't know what Wagawin money means. I don't know what Wagawin money. Na na waganin no wani. I don't know what that means. Is Santa Claus real? Santa Claus is as real as your imagination. Okay? Yes in a sling. My yes in a sling and my weenus is in traction. Oh, wagga chai. Yassy ham in a choy. Do you think it was the person who invented the house who invented the door? I think it was Mr. Door. A gentleman named Mr. Door. And he said, I'm loving this whole house thing. Except, guess what? There's no way for us to get inside of it now that we're done building it. We're stuck outside. Inside's great. It looks wonderful through the windows, but we can't get in there. How about this idea? I'll cut a rectangle here and I'll put like a wall that's on hinges. It just like opens and closes. And everyone's like, Mr. Door, you are a genius. Let's use your idea. Let's make the most of it. You couldn't even have a microwave without a door, Shamedia. Use on some kind of opium pipe dream if you think that. The toilet's a better invention than the door. Yeah, but before they invented the door, you had to leave the door open when you pooped and everyone could see it, you know. You think they probably broke a window to get inside the house? Hmm. Makes me happy to see people using the Rachel emojis. How long you been smoking perks? I've never smoked perks. I've never taken them any other way either. I don't like downers. I start to finish builds. Any kind of opioid makes me feel very sick. Look at those choices you got there. Oh, that's great. You quit drinking at 40. I quit drinking at 42. And, you know, I still haven't had any alcohol since. That's in a week, huh? Well, I quit smoking cigarettes just a little more than 2 weeks ago. So, that's a good age too, Putty Cat. Oh yeah, AB. That's what got me to quit drinking. Ultimately, was just the shame. When's the last time you used the word egress? I don't think I've ever used the word egress. Is it a female egret? The action of going out or leaving a place. They digress the area by heading southwest.
Egress.
Egress. They'd egress. I have never used that word before. It's a new word for me. Drawer closest to big window. Ugly face guy says I look like I'd be good at chess. I'm not that good at chess. Why Google it? That's what it says the definition is. A way out, maybe if it's a noun. No, it's the action of. Verb is to go out of a place. I wonder if you could use it as like the egress window, meaning the window that you could escape from if there were a fire or something, you know? Yeah, a way out. A narrow egress. In U.S. law, the right or freedom to come out or go out. It peaked in its usage in 1850. Bit of an antiquated term. I like it. Thanks for introducing me to that word, um, Acacia. I see if you have a basement, it's generally could have an egress window. Makes sense. We don't have basements really in California. And I think of access and egress ramps as on ramps and off ramps, you know. Would you like to play me chess, ugly face guy? Did you just red card me? Hold on. Did I just get red carded for something? Why did you red card me? Would you like to play me chess? I do play chess with people periodically, but I'm not very good at it. We have somebody here who's super good at it. His name's Sean. He kicked my ass in like 4 moves one time. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, is it even possible to beat somebody at chess that quickly? So let me put it up on the screen here in case you want to play. All right. And then we'll play some chess. And we'll see how I do. Here's the chess. And I'll put the link in a second. Yeah, Sean cheated in just 4 moves. So we'll see. I don't want to wait for my life to be on fire before my time. My butthole is the egress window for my poop, for my poop's basement. Steedop, Steedopkia. What?
Steatopegia.
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 Steatopegia. Steatopegia. It's like from the Hottentots. Maybe it was a gross word. I don't think you used egress correctly there. All right, well, it doesn't look like I have any takers on the chess. So we're going to just cancel the chess. I'm going to move this here so I remember to do this. Steatopegia. Hi, Belarbicata. Yeah, I have till the 31st. I keep reminding myself, you know, next time we go into town, I'll pay him. Isn't it? I keep moving pay property taxes because I haven't gotten around to going into town. Doctor Who, what, where? Let's see what the release calendar has in store for today. So far, nothing has come out. I still have God's games we play. Actually, I've got several from yesterday still to watch. So I'm not without anime to watch, which is good. But you're from Algeria. Algeria, huh? I hear you guys love the French. You're all like, give me more croissants and berets. Teach me how to mime. Well, Putty Cat, as a property owner, you're not going to get a lot of pushback from me if you want to get rid of my property taxes, obviously. Yes. Between Morocco and Tunisia is a place that's really called Algeria. Between Morocco and Tunisia is a place that's Myria. It's called Algeria. That's the Algerian national anthem, actually. A lot of people didn't know that. Uh-oh, I got a singing red card. That's my second red card. If 2 yellow cards equal a red card, what do 2 red cards equal? Thank you. Thank you, Belarbi Kada. Thank you. I'm a life insurance worst nightmare. I mean, I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore. What are you talking about? I just sing songs about Algeria. Is that so bad? AC/DC's Thunderstruck is Algeria's national anthem. Not me just getting ready for school watching this. I think Algeria's national anthem also has a breakdown part where it goes A, always, L, love, G, good, E, everything. Spelling out all the letters from Algeria. While the beat continues in the background. Ugly guy faces from DZ. Nobody's sure what that means. What's the biggest country in Africa? Is it the Congo? Is it Ivory Coast? Is it Zimbabwe? I just ate what up? Jackson Strong. What's my deepest desire? I could go for some speed. That'd be nice. Maybe a little ketamine. Cool. Just a whisper of, I don't know, DMT or something. That's my deepest desire. WMP001. Yeah, just some kind of fun drugs. Any kind of fun drugs. Unfortunately for desire merchants, my desire is not strong enough to exploit. So, TFB for YOU if that's your goal. You know, like they say, WMP001, girls just want to have fun. If you could hang out with anyone in history that's ever lived or alive today, who would I hang out with? Boutros Ghali, obviously. Who wouldn't hang out with Boutros Ghali? Timestamp this, 5/14/7/39/32/2024. Timestamp this, okay? Remember this moment. I would hang out with Boutros Ghali. No, not the Antichrist. Definitely not. If those letters are Japanese, may I just say, Ohio, and may I also say, Moshi Moshi, Wakata, Wakarimashita, so desu ka. Arigato gozaimasu, itadakimasu, and all the other things that Japanese people say. I say those all to you. Watashi majakusa desu. I don't know what that means. Kage no Bushinjutsu. Girls just want to have fun. It's a good point. Am I boxing? Might as well be. Brienne's Talk and Play. Hello, how are you and what do you know? I hope things are good. I hope things are yo. I do remember you, and I wish you the very finest of days today. I'm guessing um, you must live on the East Coast. Be up early accordingly. I might as well be walking on the sun. Bim 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 bim. Might as well be walking on the sun. I'm both a world champion boxer and a world champion karate person. Okay, AB. You can see my boxing style here. Obviously, with jabs this fast, nobody can ever even get close to me. Okay, and watch out, karate. Chop! You see how fast that was? I could chop an elephant in half with that karate chop. Just square a full grown elephant right in half. That's how powerful my karate chop is. Why can't you do a reverse cowgirl in Alabama? I don't know why, Haley Brown. You tell me. Why do you think the Rock'em Sock'em robots nacho cheese? Brienne's Taco Play. You call it nacho cheese. Look, the reason they programmed the Rock'em Sock'em robots to fight like that is because that's the optimal way to fight. There's no better way to fight than that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jab, 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 jab. That was my fighting strategy all my years in boxing. I never even developed anything but a jab. Some people would say, try an overhand right. With the jab working like this, why bother? Try an uppercut. No, not going to bother. All right. I think we're going to do something a little strange now. That's right. We're going to play a quick song. But we eat grass. Excellent joke, ugly face guy. Excellent joke. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get the margarine tater tots. He's got a good idea for a name change of business. Thinking now about what to call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Gerald always thought there'd be chance enough to return to the work left rough. He'd get back to it eventually, but his visions piled up and his plans would interrupt all the work that started off so hopefully. And now his mind is back on his business, thinking of changing factless to listless. Oh, how all the people all call their name. And Gerald knows he understands ever more clearly now. He won't provide explanation regarding the why or the how. He'll see you and know you from inside your heart. Exciting, delighting, Gerald plays his part. But Gerald still knew there's too much to do, and he had dropped time in the underview. Too much to be but, so where now and what? Too much time spent me picking the skew with you. Now Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get to Marjorie's tasty spots. He's got a good idea for a name-changing business, thinking now about what to call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Gerald has a thought. Well, that was pretty fun. That's a song of mine called Gerald Has a Thought. No, it's a THOUGHT. Okay, it's not a THOT. It's a THOUGHT. Well, thank you. It's a good question. Well, one thing I can tell you, which is kind of nice, I can tell the difference in my singing. I can tell the preferability over when I smoked cigarettes just a couple weeks ago. I've got better wind. Thanks, DumbTube. Thanks a lot. You want a free gaze? All right, I'll give you a free gaze. Fine. We've had a request for me to give you all some free healing gaze. For those who don't know, I have a variety of magical powers. One of them is healing gaze. So, for anybody who's got any mental, spiritual, emotional, physical problems of any sort, open your heart and open your mind and enjoy this free healing gaze. There you go. So you probably felt the warmth, the nurturing, acceptance, etc. from that. You are correct to feel those things. Yeah, just all of a sudden, you're okay again. For the first time, and you can't even remember how long. You're okay. Michael Liebren. I'm glad to hear it. Mass chaos. I'm not the worst you've ever been. Oh, really? Well, perhaps you need my general affirmation in conjunction with the healing gaze. I've already done this earlier, but I'll do it again. I'll just repeat it for you guys. I want every one of you to know this, okay? Hey, you, and I think you know who you are. It's you. You are my favorite viewer. Every time you're here, things are better. You know, it's just like it's bright. Your smile lights up a room. When you show up here, my day becomes complete because you are my absolute favorite. I want you to know that, believe it, trust it in your heart. Perhaps I need a food cube. Perhaps I do. But then they call you a narcissist. You try to start one little cult and, seize everybody's property and they call you a narcissist. I don't have any healing kissies. Maybe Eskimo kisses. Hey man, congrats on being sober. Never thought I'd see you here. I mean, do you know me? I've been on YouTube for over 10 years, so. I can't help Israel. Okay? Israel needs to deal with their own shit. Squiggle, 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 scrag, says Balarbi Kada. You just overdosed on the mundanity of life. We used to run the pyramid program together back in the day. I never ran any such thing. You're defaming me with false accusations. And I don't appreciate it. Do you all remember Kyra? I remember her. Yeah. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're obviously just making false accusations. Pyramid program. Like, I don't I don't even know what you would be referring to. Do you mean like a pyramid scheme? You don't even know what to call it in your false accusation. You're done. Obviously, yeah. Because the thing is, if he were going to do a good job of making that troll, he at least know that a pyramid scheme is called a pyramid scheme. I'm 53. I've encountered that particular variety of trolling plenty of times too. Yeah. That's fine. I don't care. Who made the pyramids and how? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess it was the Egyptians, and I'm gonna say with rocks. A more important question is why, and the answer is because they was crazy. That's why. That's why they built the pyramids. What famous people have I spoken to? None. But I like your name, Smokey Greenie, because look, Smokey says, keep it green. What do you think about that? Coincidence? Serendipity? Sounds like a pyramid scheme to me. Yeah, that's a dope ass sign, right? When you show up, your name's Smokey Greenie and I'm wearing this shirt, that's serendipity right there. So yeah, I don't really talk to famous people. I talk to regular people and pretend they're famous. you know. You must stay here and listen at least for the duration of one bong rip, right? AB says T Smokey says I that he needs Grey Goose. Well, if you are drinking alcohol, may I suggest, if you don't already have some, go get yourself a bottle of grapefruit juice. Mix that gray goose in with some grapefruit juice. It's called the gray greyhound. Okay, or it's called the gray greyhound. You know, it's gray goose and grapefruit juice. The rhyming quality of the whole thing just makes it a necessity. Okay, if you are drinking alcohol, may I recommend to you and everyone else a gray goose, ideally made with Florida's natural grapefruit juice. If you can avoid the simply grapefruit and go for Florida's natural grapefruit juice, you'll be better off. Florida's natural is the best flavor, best kind of grapefruit juice brand. I mean, you know. All right, let's pull this bong rib. Let's put a little concentrate on top of this bong rib too. Let's fortify it, as I like to say. It's important to fortify your bong ribs occasionally. I guess you could call it a gray goose hound. You know, that'd be a name for it too. Yeah, but this is a good message for everybody out there. Whoever wants to get grapefruit juice, get your Florida's natural brand grapefruit juice. It's better than any other kind of grapefruit juice. And I'm sad. I live in a place where the store that we have is not one that carries Florida's natural grapefruit juice. If I put watch YouTube, it would win, right? Because that's what they're doing right now. But I like your poll question that you listened to. I will modify it. I will use it. Um, there. I think this is a good poll. Well, come on. Come on, poll. What you doing? Why are you taking such a long time? Did you break? Did the poll break? What's going on here? Alcoholism? I mean, you're going to have to probably go to AA, and you're probably going to have to say, I'm here to follow instructions, listen, etc. Not to, yeah. Well, that last poll didn't take. I'm not sure why. I like Show Media's question though. Well, then you'll have to quit again. It's like you never learn to drink successfully once you determine that you don't. I will do it. I will do that, Show Media. Okay. Oh, I fucked it up. Try again. Did it work? It works. Okay. All right, Cody. You don't need to inform us of that. Thank you very much. Any advice for a 31-year-old? Well, I'll give you my normal advice that I give to everybody. Never too old to learn this. Poop when you can. Don't wait until you have to poop. Poop when you can. I don't know if he was on Oprah's show or not. Well, I would kind of give the opposite advice to Smokey Greeny. I'd say, generally, your attitude should be consistent with your circumstances and can never determine your circumstances. So people who tell you if you have the right attitude, everything's going to be just fine are just full of shit. When things were shitty in my life, I had a shittier attitude. Now that things are like smooth as silk in my life, um, I've got a great attitude. It's easy to have a great attitude when things are going good. And a lot of times circumstances are things that you can change and to some extent you can't change. Sometimes those circumstances change on a dime. Like, well, I don't think that's true, Smokey Greeny. Smokey Greeny says the way you think is the way your life will be. It sounds simple, but people don't understand it. Well, it's not true. You've got map and reality, right? Expectations and reality. In general, there's a directive, a prime directive, um, which says, I want my expectations and realities to match. And in fact, when they starkly do not match, then you experience some kind of trauma, usually. But that doesn't mean that one can simply uh, change one's attitude to have things work out fine. The fact is, well, if you try to just change your expectations so that they expect what you actually have happen to you all the time, well, then you'd probably be happier than to try to change reality, which is harder to change. But regardless, it's limited to the extent to which you can change either of those things. Many topics today, Raphael. I'm feeling. No, I never did a skit with Dave Chappelle. Hi, Rajit Singh. Welcome. No, you cannot have money. Thanks, AB. No, you cannot have money. Thanks for the talk, Needle, with something this morning. I would say the much bigger problem in life, rather than people not taking ownership enough of their attitude, thoughts, emotional state, or whatever, is that a lot of times life's very adversarial to people. Reggie, I don't ask people for money here. Now, you don't ask me for money. Okay? Right. And the other thing is, the world is more or less antagonistic to who you are based on how you are who you are, right? Is Newsom the worst governor of California in my lifetime? Okay, Boba Fett, will you stop being disgusting all the time? Well, I mean, Smoky Greeny, that's reflective of a certain kind of attentional habit, right? If you're somebody like me who's attentionally, reflexively objective about things, is more interested in being accurate than is interested in being positive, for example, then that's all well and good. For you, it's like that. If you're able to sort of, you probably understand maps as the malleable part, right? That if well, I don't really want to get into it. I mean, Smoky Greeny, I think you're sharing your own narratives that you use to guide yourself as though they universalize when they don't. Let's put it that way. What you think life is comprises a frame that cascades down and informs everything else potentially if you're mapped first. Love will see us through. Well, Smoky Greeny, that's the problem. For millennia, people have done exactly what you're doing. They projected their own frame of reference as though it were universalizably so. And those people a lot of times have been called philosophers or gurus or whatever. But a real guru will tell you the truth, which is what I'm telling you right now. I'm not a guru, accordingly. I'm a truth speaker. So the fact is, each of those people beforehand has been simply projecting their own frame of reference as universally good onto a set population of people for whom only a tiny fraction of those people it actually fits for them. In other words, someone with the same attentional matrix. So, for example, you get a lot of people out there who say, look, it's very simple. You just need to know what you want, set some goals, coordinate some steps out, Take those steps, reach those goals, and you will be successful. No, Smoky Greenie, I can make a lot of different kind of advocacies of the sort you're making here, right? For example, the one I just gave, right? The goal-oriented advocacy, the mindfulness advocacy, the manifestation advocacy, which is essentially yours, right? These are all different paradigm projections from different people with different attitudes. The Lao Tzu projection, that everything can be explained by a paradox, right? The strongest reed is that which bends the most. So we can identify specific paradigms that people project, and yours is one of them. And it's called the manifestation paradigm. We could call it that, you know. It suggests that attitude comes first, then reality. Well, these paradigms may be correct. That might be the correct paradigm for you. However, it's not a universalizable paradigm. So you can't accuse me of projecting my paradigm because I'm not projecting any paradigm. I'm not advocating any paradigm. I'm pointing out that paradigm projection itself is a problem. That because it only applies to people with the same attentional habits as you, that it's not actually useful advice for anybody. It has to be predicated with the fact that, like, if you have the same attentional metrics as me, then this makes sense for me, for you possibly. So what I'm doing is a meta-analysis of paradigm projection. I'm not doing paradigm projection myself. I'm instead critiquing paradigm projection, and it's a distinct act, conceptually and rhetorically. Because it's possible to be accurate, right? We don't have to frame everything in terms of utility. Like, this is useful for you because it's going to produce these outcomes. We can be accurate instead and describe things accurately without any prescriptive frame. And that's a level above prescribing your frame projection. Still come outside as though I'm smoking a cigarette, but I'm not smoking a cigarette. You know, at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for Friday. Yes, all those different holistic frames are essentially variations of the same notion, which is, say, we can approach questions of identity, you know, called ontology stuff, holistically and universalize from our own holistic understanding the prescription for everyone. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Meow. Well, it doesn't necessarily, Smoky Greenie. It really doesn't. I mean, it might be the case that you can't have a good mind. You can't have a good life while being persistently, relentlessly negative. But that's not the same thing at all as saying that a good life begins with a good attitude, or that attitude leads to a good life. For example, Rachel and I have an excellent life now, due to circumstances totally beyond our control and unrelated to our attitude, except insofar as the excellence of our life causes us to have an excellent attitude. Well, I think it's better put like this. It allows us to have an excellent attitude, right? When your life is one that relentlessly assaults you from all angles, ontologically and otherwise, by placing a whole bunch of financial and other kind of demands on you that are constantly stressing you out. Obviously, it's difficult to be an optimal version of yourself, right? You optimize when you are free to optimize, not not because you've chosen to, right? You're affording the individual way too much power, really. It, I hate to sound like a determinist, but um, so many of us, if not most of us, if not almost all of us, are under this kind of relentless pressure from life, you know, pressure from um, pressure from financial realities, pressure from assholes, pressure from family members who don't understand, or well intentioned or poorly intentioned, pressure from incompatible relationships all over the place, pressure from media providing various messages that are contrary to who you are, for example, and convince you there's something wrong with you. We're always facing that kind of shit from all directions. I'm not. Instead, the shit I face is shit on YouTube, right? I'm constantly facing, uh, okay, that's enough, Raphael. We don't want to argue about religion, please. All right. Raphael, that's enough. Putting you on timeout. Everybody in the club getting titsy. ATTIC. Woo. Woo. Right, I am comfortable and happy and I have a great attitude and all that stuff, but I don't credit myself with it. I don't think the attitude came first and then and then the happiness, right? Yeah, well, hold on to that shame, AB, and make it take you to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. What's the topic today? Lohith R. The topic is meow. Say what you are then. Check in the mirror now. Are you? I am Eric. Yep, that's me. Incorrect, Smoky Greenie. My rich parents died. That's how I got comfortable. Okay. It had nothing to do with my attitude or mindset. Now, note, when I was a competition flow debate coach, my kids won all the time. I was an amazing coach. We kicked all kinds of ass, right? And that had everything to do not with my attitude, but with how I coached, my skills, you know? Yeah, I'd still be at the same place, right? Because I inherited wealth. Even though I was very successful in my career and made good money when I was for at least portions of that career, I did not invest it, put it away, etc. It was not my opinion, it's the facts, right? My parents died. I inherited an estate. That's why I'm comfortable. This is not an opinion. These are facts. I did not become comfortable like this in this lovely home here in this wonderful situation in Mariposa by virtue of my mindset. I earned it by virtue of my parents dying. Acacia, I didn't say Acacia. AA is not a place that, well, you could say the same thing. If I weren't where I am, I wouldn't have the mindset I have. So, in other words, you're not saying anything. right? If it works both ways, you're not saying anything. You're just saying if things were different, they wouldn't be the same. Hi, Eric. Do you believe in rebirth or karma? No, what I'm pointing out is because what you're saying works both directions, that if I had a different mindset, I wouldn't be where I am. And if I were where I am, I wouldn't have the same mindset. That means you're not saying anything. The thing about AA is when you genuinely need to quit alcohol and you're ready to make a serious decision to do that, you go to AA to be humbled, to listen to those people and do what they say, to supplant your own will with someone else's as an act of humility that allows you to seriously consider the possibility of quitting drinking. And then at some point you make a real decision to quit drinking, which is to say, you make a real decision to understand alcohol as no longer available to you. You mourn its loss. You spend time lamenting and realizing what it means to never be able to drink again. And then once you made that firm decision, you don't need supporting things like Alcoholics Anonymous anymore. Well, if you couldn't experience any circumstance without some sort of consciousness, light form, Eric the Viking, how's things? Am I a Viking? Well, I mean, it's true that observation precedes reality, but one oughtn't extrapolate too much from that. All right, it's time. It's time to go pee. Everybody, now listen. While I go pee, I need you guys to be polite, okay? Be polite, be respectful. What does that mean? You're going to look this direction, okay? I don't want you to turn around and try to catch a peek at me. So just stay looking that direction. We'll see if you're a trustworthy bunch of live stream viewers. If you are, then I can trust you to continue looking at the jackets. And I should see nothing but your backs. Okay? It's not appropriate for you to try to get a free show. All right? This isn't OnlyFans. You may be able to get a free audio show, the sound of my urine. That's possible. Now we're going to apply the general rule of poop when you can. I'm not sure if I can poop much poop, but I think I might have a little turd I can squeeze out right now, so I'm going to go ahead and squeeze that out. I like to practice what I preach. I tell people that advice all the time. So I believe I should try to practice what I preach and do it myself, you know. We'll see what I got in me. We'll give my best. My best effort. A real Boy Scout try. When you accomplish something after exerting a lot of effort, the resulting outcome is known as a Boy Scouts bonanza. You've probably heard of Eagle Scouts before. I was actually a Pigeon Scout. It's not as prestigious as an Eagle Scout. It's something that's part of a little known organization called the Boy Scouts of America, but it's spelled B-U-O-Y. So a lot of people got it confused for that other organization. Anyway, I was a Pigeon Scout, which was the Boy Scouts of America's most prestigious level of scouting. It was also the only level of scouting in the Boy Scouts of America. But still, it's an honor of sorts. Kind of like a participation award is an honor. Well, I've pooped a couple of little turds. I can tell I have more poops in me, obviously. But, you know, sometimes an avalanche of poops is slowly initiated by squeezing out just a couple of little poops and then giving it a few minutes, you know. So we're going to do exactly that. Oh, this bathroom floor is filthy. I need to mop the floor. Yes, indeed, and mop some more. All right, well, we're done pooping. We're done peeing. Let's go in the kitchen and let's start being. Let's just start being, okay? Stop being a human doing and start being a human being. Just be in the moment, okay? Namaste, Om. Om Namaste. Remember, everyone, when in doubt, aromatherapy. Just remember those simple words of advice, and you will go far in life. I have not messed up my liver or kidneys. I quit drinking at 42. I seem to be fine. I don't seem to have any health problems. I used to be a meth addict too, back in the early 2000s. I quit that. I don't seem to have any lingering problems from that. Yeah, I agree with you, Smokey Greeny. I would take, I will take Oprah over Kanye. Kanye is a has poorly treated bipolar mania. Meow. High five, X-Meth. I never shot it. I smoked it mostly. Smoked a lot of meth. I tell you who almost never can say that are ex-coke addicts, you know. Hi, Nika. Lamau guy is coping hard. What am I coping with? Do tell me what I'm coping with, filet mignon. You're a proud alcoholic. Well, Hilo days. Yeah, those were the days. Wasn't all bad, you know. Wasn't all great. I don't need to. It's a self thing and nobody's problem. That's true. You don't need to say what I'm coping with. But if you want anybody to take your words seriously, you'd have to, you know, be specific about what you mean. Oh, I remember that phenomenon, AB. That's the thing about claims. They're a lot easier to make than substantiate, right? If you want people to take your claims seriously, you got to be willing to substantiate them. Right, but if you want me to believe I have these problems, you're going to have to substantiate it by saying what they are. I don't agree with you that I do have these problems. I'm giving you the opportunity to establish that I do since you're making that claim. If you don't want to establish that, that's fine. Don't expect anybody to take your claim seriously, right? Why the hell am I pooping here? I don't know. Why the hell are you pooping here? I'm not dissing Kanye. I mean, your words are your words, right? You can say completely random words if you'd like. Just like banana, potato, carpet face time. And that would be fine as well. You can say what you want, you know. The question is, why are you saying words? Are you saying them to communicate with people? If so, then you'd want to be able to explain what you mean. If not, then nobody should listen to you and we'll just hide you for wasting time. Remember, it's just a matter of what you want to do with your words. If you want to communicate, that's fine. If you just want to express yourself and just say random sounds, well, then obviously we shouldn't waste our time listening to you. You poop like an angel. Your poop makes me cry. Well, I've done a good thing this morning. I made filet mignon laugh a lot. So, good for me. I've elicited a real response. I mean, I probably wouldn't block you. Probably just time you out repeatedly and see how long you stay around here anyway. It's always fun. A lot of people stay around here a long time. Even though I keep timing them out. Like, just show up, I time them out for 10 minutes, and just keep coming back. I wonder about that. Like, what's going on with such people? Still doesn't do anything? I'm not trying to do anything to you. It's just kind of a fun game to play. Like, will you still be here in 5 minutes? Let's find out. Anyone wanna put your bets? Filet mignon. Will he be here in 5 minutes or not? Will he still be here? Will he still have been listening this whole time? Do I think MK Ultra was real? Yeah, I think it was a real program. Yeah, I'm a musician. Would you like me to play a song? I could play a song. I'll play a song. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. Because he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. Until the bridge brings a new approach. Sneakily he'll try to encroach up on the guilty, then perhaps he'll get the chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. Look at this peacoat, tell me he's broke. Well, I want you to know, Smokey Greeny, I write all my own lyrics. Okay? Every one of them. Wrote all the lyrics to that song. All by myself. I didn't get Drake to be my ghostwriter. Oh, he is broke? Look at this peacoat, tell me he's broke. That's one of his lyrics. But I guess he is broke, huh? He's not the only one. Yeah. You be my American boy, American boy. Ah, wah, 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 wah. That's like such a good song. I like that song a lot. I think it's a good song. It wins the Good Song Hero Award. So, Acacia and Ruben might be coming up to visit. Stay in the other little house. That'll be fun if they do. We'll find out. I feel restless. I feel restless, but I also feel like very pleased at the numbers in this stream too. It's like, hey, things are still performing well. I'm still getting a lot of new people. Why do people like to say you're triggered on something but can't see your face? I don't know. Did somebody say I was triggered about something? The former, Lohith R, I think. It'd be better for everyone to try weed once rather than no one try it at all. Oh, you're triggered on Kanye. Well, I think that you don't respect Kanye, and Mass probably does. I don't feel like talking about Israel Palestine. I will give you a quick overview of my solution to it. We remove both the Israelis and the Palestinians from the Holy Land. Then we clear out two separate game reserves from Africa of the animals, one on one side of Africa, one on the other side of Africa. We put Palestine in one of the game reserves. We put Israel in the other game reserve. We move all the animals to the Holy Land. We knock down all the buildings and stuff in the Holy Land and put in some trees and some water and some savanna and stuff. And then we turn the Holy Land into the Holy Land African Safari Adventure and Waterslide Park. So, who agrees with my plan? I do. I think that's the best plan I've heard for what to do about Israel and Palestine. Well, the point is the Holy Land is protected as a wildlife reserve / African Safari Adventure / Waterslide Park / casino. Okay. Israel and Palestine are separated by the Sahara Desert, right? Palestine on one side of the Sahara, Israel on the other side. A whole desert between them. Even the Israelis and Palestinians aren't going to want to walk across that whole desert to kill each other. They're just going to be like, forget it. You know? You know they will. They just be like, okay, we're going to get sand all over us. Forget it. Nobody likes being sandy, you know? That's my next poll. Okay. Kanye wins. Kanye defeats Oprah in our straw poll. All right, next question. What's worse? Comma, being sandy or being chapped? What's worse, being sandy or chapped? Vikings or Packers? I'll take the Vikings over the Packers. I don't really care about either of those teams, but I guess I like the Vikings better. I think being sandy is worse than being chapped. If you got chapped lips, you can just put some chapstick on. If you're sandy, you're going to be super uncomfortable until you wash the sand off. Sandy and hydrated is better than sandless and chapped. I'm taking the L. Are you talking to him? Well, I might take the L on this poll. Oh, Smokey, that's kind of a mean question, but I'm gonna have to. If I'm at gunpoint, I'm gonna have to take Rosie. I'll go with Bills, Buffalo Bills. Screw Florida. Just forget about Florida and all Florida teams. All Florida teams are just no. Am I famous? No. I am not famous, Drebin 178, but I have one time been recognized in the supermarket. I'm Eric. I'm host Eric, host of Talking with Famous People. I'll take the Giants. 2-7 Henry. Take the Giants. I'm not a Florida fan. I'm also not a Carolina fan. I'm rooting for the New York Rangers to defeat the Carolina Panthers in this hockey series. Okay, Kanye Schmanye. You know what? Once we get off this Sandy topic, this poll, it might be a short-lived poll. I may end it quickly because I've got another question. Who wins, Drake or Kendrick? Who wins, Drake or Kendrick? Oh, I'll take the Ducks. I agree with you, Smokey Greeny, on this one. I think Kendrick wins easy. Easy squeezy. Don't even get sleazy. I'm going to let you interpret chapped however you want. I'm thinking, yeah, I was thinking lips. You could be chapped from wearing chaps. That's why you have chaps. My favorite NFL team is the San Francisco 49ers. They're the team that's closest to us. We get their games as our local games, Okay, I'm ending that for the new poll. Who wins? Drake, Kendrick. Start poll. Bam. It's an excellent poll question. NHL, well, we're San Jose Sharks is our local team, but they suck so much ass. Rachel's a longtime Rangers fan, so basically we're Rangers fans. And we're fashion forward. I don't know why anybody would pick Drake, but for those who don't know, one of the things I do here on Talking to Famous People is I do set the next trend. And for people who want to know, like, what's going on, right? Like, if they want to know, what should I be looking for 2025? 2025 is going to be the year of nasal talking, okay? And also the year of nose lines. What about MLB? Well, Rachel and I are, in fact, I know this is going to sound strange. We are Oakland A's fans. We're big Oakland A's fans. Rachel and I are co-presidents of the Shea Langoliers fan club. Shea Langoliers being the light-hitting, defensively stout catcher. Unpopular opinion, baseball is boring to me. Well, I'm enjoying watching this year's Oakland Athletics team, considering how terrible they were last year. They're doing great comparatively this year. So, you also can't get into golf. I don't really find golf relaxing to watch, but it's not my favorite sport, obviously. All right, well, let's see what we can expect from Crunchyroll today. Let's go athletics. I said, let's go athletics. I said, let's go athletics. We're going to break that losing streak. Break that losing streak. They're your favorite team too, Henry? Wow. Not a lot of athletics fans out there, We watch every game. I watch at least a little bit of every game. Miracle Dykes says, Hola. I always check every morning to see when the game comes on. Hi, Miracle. You're new. You're also a miracle. You're a real miracle. A miracle of winning. So yesterday, sadly, we lost to Houston. Quite badly, in fact. We play again at 5 o'clock today. I was hoping we'd get well against Houston because we lost both the last two series to the Mariners and to the Rangers respectively. Bye, Henry. BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy. Does that mean bring back long stockings, Drizzy? Bring back love. Anyway, let's check Crunchyroll and see what's coming out today. On the old release calendar, Tuesday, I believe, is the weakest of the days, but Unnamed Memory comes out at 8. That's it. Just one show comes out today. I mean, there's another show called Tuken Ranbu Kai Kyoden, which I haven't actually started watching because it's got a low rating. But maybe I could start watching that. Let's see. In 5 minutes, there's 19 votes, and Drake is winning. Wow. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Drake is winning. Fee says, hope you're okay. Thanks. I hope you're okay too, Fee. I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. I do plan at some point here this morning to go back to bed. Got up too early, but I find it gratifying to get such good numbers here so early in the morning. I noted yesterday somebody came around here. Hi, Heather P, who was somebody who had over 100,000 subs, and I went to his channel. And he had 200 some thousand subs, and he streams fairly regularly. It looks like makes videos fairly regularly. His videos had like in the hundreds of views on them each. Mine are doing substantially better than that in my live streams, so it's like that's pretty gratifying, you know. I think Kendrick easy too, Jake the Legend. I think it's an easy question, but other people. Rachel knows how to do the Kendrick cell phone dance. Hi, Noah Burdett, you are back. You're back, and you're still Noah Burdett. So that's good. That hasn't changed. I was afraid that might change while you were gone. You'd come back and be a different person. I said, you've changed, Noah, but no, you're still the same. Trouble, be nice to your sister. Trouble, leave your sister alone. Yeah, I know. Drake voters, explain yourself. No, I did sleep. Hey, no, you be nice. It's now 4:58 a.m. I did sleep. I just didn't sleep very long. I woke up middle of the night and I just didn't feel sleepy. I'm pretty slept up. I'm not really experiencing any sleep deficit right now, so I'm not especially sleepy. Well, Smoky Greeny, that's unfortunate to hear. I think I'm going to roll a joint. That sounds like a good idea. Now, before I roll a joint, what I want to do is grind up some weed. What is my favorite sport? My favorite sport. God damn it. Alright, just fuck it. I'll just go get more weed from the freezer. Rather than scrounging through here for me. You know what? I don't know what it's called actually. This weed kind of fell into our laps, so we don't really know what it is, but it's good weed. Smokes good. Well, we had a lot of it, that's why, and we didn't. It was the best way to store it, basically, available to us. I mean, I wouldn't. Probably will take a couple Benadryls and a couple of gabapentins before I go back to bed. Did I ever play football? No, I never did play football. I have a Mini Cooper Countryman 4-door. So I'm going to pull a couple of rips here and then call it a stream. Watch a cartoon or two and then go back to bed. I mean, all the weed that we have is currently in the freezer. Yeah, usually a couple Benadryl and a couple gabapentin is sufficient to knock me out pretty good. Why do I freeze it? Well, because I had a lot of it and I wanted to keep it as fresh as possible, and so that's the best way to do it. What time will I wake up again? I don't know, 10, 11, something like that. Whenever, whatever. With Ativan. Yeah, well, if you talk about the Benadryl, like the Benadryl is the thing that's putting you to sleep. You know, Benadryl really puts me to sleep. Just a couple of Benadryl, 2 Ambiens, and a Klonopin, and I'm out. Yeah, it's not the Benadryl. Well, good for you, Masscast. Way to get good amount of exercise. Yeah, I don't think anybody likes the Kardashians either. But they are famous. There's no doubt about that. You're welcome, Fee. Oh, I don't know what you're talking to. If you eat a banana and milk, you will sleep. You like to say it's the Benadryl. Just a full syringe full of heroin, several benzos, a couple of shots of whiskey, and 2 Benadryl, and I'm asleep. You treat weed differently from here in the UK. Oh yeah. Wifey sleeps good once she goes to sleep, but she's on olanzapine and Klonopin, so that'll put you to sleep eventually. It is currently 5 in the morning, and I am sorry to tell you all, it is in fact time for me to end this stream, watch a couple cartoons, and go back to bed. So I want to thank you all for being here. You've done a wonderful job of making this an exciting morning stream, and I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see y'all later. Bye.